This is Jeopardy! Today's contestants are Player 1, Player 2, Player 3, and now, here is the host of Jeopardy, Alex Trebek.
Thanks, Johnny. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Jeopardy! Here we go. The Jeopardy round is where we start, as always. And we have one date you in these categories. When did it happen? Literature. Compound. Show. Animals. And I want to be. Player 1, you're in as we continue right now. Let's go to the Clue Crew for this next clue.
JFK won the presidential nomination at the Democratic National Convention in this year.
It's Player 1. Use the Wii remote or press the corresponding direction on the plus control pad, and then press the correct. Select again. The U.S. declared war against Spain on April 25th of this year. Let's hear it, Player 1. That's right, way to go. We return to you, Player 1. Bastille Day in France commemorates an event on this date in 1789. Okay, Player 2. Nope. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? Player 1? That is correct. You again, Player 1. The Sons of Liberty threw one heck of a party in Boston on December 16th of this year. Yes, Player 1. That's correct. Player 1, back to you. King John affixed his seal to the Magna Carta at Runnymede in June of this year. Player 1? Yep. Player 1, pick again. The ban on this D.H. Lawrence book was lifted in 1959 in the United States. Let's hear it, Player 2. Good. Player 2, back to you. Federico Garcia Lorca wrote a famous one of these for the death of a bullfighter. It's Player 1. Right. Player 1. It's the Daily Double. You are in first place. Please select your wager, Player 1. The clue. Whitman's When Lilacs Last in the Dooryard Bloomed was an elegy to him. That puts you even further ahead. Player 1. Polonius tells this character, "This above all, to thine own self be true." Here's the response we were looking for. Laertes. You again, Player 1. This woman was the subject of Petrarch's Canzoniere. Okay, Player 2. You got it. You're out of the hole. Player 2, back to you for our next selection. This aromatic herb of the genus Nepeta will drive your feline crazy. Yes, Player 1. Yeah. Yes. Please pick again, Player 1. Swallowtail, Viceroy, and Monarch are types of this insect. Let's hear it, Player 1. That is correct. Select again. If you've gone this, you might have said something extreme or fallen from the Queen Mary. Okay, player 3. Right you are. Choose again, player 3. Looking for a needle in one of these is a metaphor for an impossible search. It's player 1. Yes. Player 1, pick again. In days of yore, women sometimes rode in this style, meaning both feet on the same flank of the horse. Yes, player 1. Good. Player 1, you pick again, please. Dialogue from this show. Women don't leave Denny Crane. And for a secretary? It was the Secretary of Defense. Player 2. Correct. We return to you, player 2. I'm glad I got the partying out of my system because now I can focus on my career, said this simple lifer. Let's hear it, player 2. Sorry. Any other takers? Player 1? No, sorry. Anyone else? It's player 3. Right. You get to pick again, player 3. That's healthier, we guess. Ron Wood's wife gave this Stones guitarist 12 bottles of organic vodka. Here's the correct response. Keith Richards. Player 3, back to you. Here's Kelly from our Clue Crew with the clue.
1 in every 6 known bird species makes its home in this rainforest.
Yes, player 1. That's correct. We return to you, player 1. Sputniks 5, 6, 9, and 10 carried these animals into space. Here's the correct response. Dogs. You again, player 1. Got one of these odorous animals, also known as a polecat, as a pet? Call your Humane Society to make sure it's legal. Okay, player 2. That's right, way to go. Player 2, back to you for our next selection. Critters of the Pleistocene epoch include the mammoth and this breast-tooth relative. Let's hear it, player 1. Yeah! Hey, you're right. You get to pick again, player
Dachs.
1. As in Dachshund is German for this burrowing animal. Player 1. That's it. Select again. Blind hermit Gene Hackman entertains man of few words Peter Boyle in this 1974 comedy. It's player 3. You are correct. Player 3, pick again. I've eaten things that didn't complain this much, says Diego the saber-toothed tiger in this 2002 animated film. Okay, player 2. Oh. No, sorry. Any other takers? Yes, player 1. good. Please pick again, player 1. One of these dancers, so I'm practicing my arabesques and pirouettes so I can perform with the Kirov. The correct response is a ballerina. Choose again, player 1. One of these, from the Greek for star sailor, like John Glenn or Buzz Aldrin. Let's hear it, player 2. Good for you. Player 2, you pick again, please. One of these, and deal with the health problems of vicunas, pintos, and Great Danes. Okay, player 3. Yes. Player 3, back to you for our next selection. Like Martin Luther King and the Dalai Lama, and be honored with this humanitarian prize given in Oslo. Here's what we wanted. The Nobel Peace Prize. And here's the $1,000 clue. This, from the Greek for straight, and make some big bucks correcting crooked teeth with braces. Yes, player 1. Right. Player 2 is in third place, which means, of course, player 2 will select first in Double Jeopardy. Let's see what happens in Double Jeopardy with these categories awaiting the players. Royalty on film. Have you ever seen the like? Notice the quotation marks on like. It all adds up. Father of the Bride. A Herculean effort. And the largest in area. All right, player 2. As promised, you pick first in Double Jeopardy. Mexico, United States, Canada. It's player 1. Please pick again, player 1. Pakistan, India, Bangladesh. Player 1? That's right, way to go. Player 1, Saudi Arabia, Oman, Yemen. Let's hear it, player 2. Good for you. We return to you, player 2. Spain, Germany. It's player 1. Yes. You get to pick again. Fancy? One of the daily doubles. And you're in the lead now. How much are you going to wager, player 1? And the clue. Libya, Egypt, Tunisia. Even so, you are still in the lead. Here's what we were looking for. Libya. Player 1, back to you. This wife of Zeus sent 2 serpents to kill Hercules as a baby. He strangled them. We're talking about Hera. You again, player 1. And I'll hand it off to Kelly.
As one of his labors, Hercules had to dog-nap this 3-headed beast from Hades.
Here's the response we were looking for. Cerberus. Choose again, player 1. Hercules joined this husband of Medea for a journey aboard the Argo. Okay, player 2. Sorry, that's wrong. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Here's what we wanted. Jason. Player 1, pick again. Hercules literally took the weight of the world off his shoulders when he needed help with some golden apples. Here's what we were looking for. Atlas. Select again. Hercules had to wrestle with one of these creatures that fathered the Minotaur. Player 3? Nope. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? Yes, player 2. Sorry, that's wrong. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Player 1? That's correct. You again, player 1. It's 7 plus 7 plus 7 plus 7 plus 8. Let's hear it, player 1. That is correct. Choose again, player 1. 3 plus 53 plus 100 plus 153 equals this. Yes, player 1. That's it. Player 1, you pick again, please. 1012 plus 255 plus 11 equals this. Okay, player 1. Yep. Please pick again, player 144 plus 244 plus 344 equals this. It's player 1. That is correct. Player 1, 1144 plus 1793 equals this. Yes, player 1. Correct. We return to you, player 1. This steel man who gave away $350 million gave away his daughter Margaret at her 1919 wedding. Let's hear it, player 2. Yeah, good. Player 2, pick again. On November 14th, 1973, his daughter Anne got married at Westminster Abbey, with 500 million watching on TV. Okay, player 3. You are correct. Player 3, back to you. In 2002, Ralph Steadman, who took a wild trip to this city with Hunter Thompson, went back to see his daughter wed. It's player 2. You got it. Great, you're back into it now. Select again. 9 weeks before he died, this Broadway lyricist got his daughter to the church on time. The correct response is Alan J. Lerner. You get to pick again, player 2. Days before the 1992 election, this candidate accused the GOP of trying to disrupt his daughter's wedding. Player 2. Right you are. You again, player 2. Helen Mirren as this queen in The Queen. It's player 2. Sorry, that's... Any other takers? Yes, player 1. Right. Select again. Kate Blanchett in 1998 as this title queen. Player 3? No. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? We're talking about Elizabeth I. We return to you, player 1. Kirsten Dunst in 2006 as this title queen. Okay, player 1. Nope. Anyone else? Here's the response we were looking for. Marie Antoinette. Choose again, player 1. Robert Shaw was him in A Man for All Seasons. Here's the correct response. Henry VIII. Please pick again. Katharine Hepburn was her in The Lion in Winter. Here's the correct response. Eleanor of Aquitaine. You get to pick again, player 1. 5-word phrase repeated by Dorothy Gale when clicking her heels together in The Wizard of Oz. Let's hear it, player 1. Right. Player 1, back to you for our next selection. 3-word cliché used of exotic food. Ramona said it about rat on The First Survivor. Here's the response we were looking for. Tastes like chicken. Player 1, pick again. In all this, the state or fact of being probable. Okay, player 2. Good. Player 2, you pick again, please. Answer? The second daily double. You're in second now, but with an opportunity to catch up a bit. Please enter your word. Here is your daily double clue. Doppelganger. Oh, no. The correct response is a look-alike. Here's the $2,000 clue. Ovine. Let's hear it, player 3. Hey, you're right. Good game. All of you will continue on to play Final Jeopardy when we return. So much depends on how you do in the Final Jeopardy category, which today is the 50 states. So, what's your wager? Each direction on the plus control pad represents a different response. Press a direction to select an answer. And now the last clue. It was the only state physically and politically formed directly because of the Civil War. Did you come up with the correct response? And that will cost you. What did you say? And that correct response will add Let's see your response. And that will set you back. This makes you our new champion, Player One. So congratulations. We'll see you next time.